Now I have sound. I forgot to connect my microphone. So I was saying, whoever wants to join me live, I sent you a link. We can do a live webinar, or however it's called today. So, Jorgen, do you want to join? Let's try to be more interactive. I was saying that this is a very emotional day for me. It's closing of quite an amazing last month, or even more than a month, with these events that showed us that with what we call in Romanian stăruință, so it's a form, I don't know how to translate it to be meaningful in English. It's a sort of commitment that requires pain. I think that's the translation. We managed to have a EGM. It's an amazing feat of corporate legal battle conclusion, and it's done. We have the board, we have the shares, we have the professionals ready to fight more for you and to recuperate every piece of lost value for your shares and for the work that we have done in the last 5 years, me and my family, for this company. So it's important that we managed to resurrect Shape Robotics in the most interesting week. As you all know, we are between two major events in the Christian world, with 1 week delay between them. It's the same event, but a delay of 1 week, and that's the resurrection of Christ, and it's a very important, let's say, celebration also for us as a Christian, and I believe that right now we can enjoy it much better at Shape Robotics, at least, with this bit of amazing Phoenix resurrection procedure that we have done. So I'm going to keep this live very interactive, very simple. For those who have time to connect to the live EGM, we passed it with flying colors. It was it was the largest participation till now in AGM or EGM at Shape Robotics. It's basically confirming that our work was appreciated by the shareholders. A big thank you for those that stayed with us, that supported us. And now we have to begin reconstruction. So we have sent today all the necessary documents to the authorities. We expect that tomorrow the company to be fully registered with the change in the changes from today's EGM, and to start step by step to regaining access to systems. Now the legitimacy clauses that were more or less used by the negative parties in our story, the negative actors, now don't have a chance to continue because we are fully supported by the shareholders. We are a legitimate board. We have a legitimate board. We have a legitimate management. So it's going to be quite tough on them to continue the same scenario. So I'm going to ask again who wants to join the chat, if they want to join the chat. If the webcast, there's a link here. I don't know if you saw it, Jorgen. I dare you, you are our greatest supporter. I will get you in a live if you want to. If not, just ask me questions if there are any, and I will be more than happy to answer them. You're on the move and you can Thursday, but the offer is today. Are you a wild CEO or not a wild CEO, even if he's moving? We'll answer. See? what can I say? Let's see if Aurel has landed. I asked him to check in if he has landed. So I will talk a little bit about phase because phase was one of the topics that many people have asked questions about, and the change. I tried today in the AGM to be um, as to shed some color on the painting, in the sense that to put some color to the painting in the sense that I try to explain where phase comes from and why it's connected to shape and what are the connections. And first of all, phase is not just a change in a ticker or a company name. It's a process of education, is a system of education that integrates naturally and integrates it at the level of uh, individual customization and personalization of the usage of integrates the exobrain, the AI exobrain, how we call it. So basically, AI will become a natural extension of a student that is being educated or attends education in a system like phase. Uh, what is different from other systems like STEAM or STEM or um, SPAC or other systems that are quite popular across the world today is that it changes the priorities for the common curricula in the sense that, for instance, and we'll talk a little bit about every element of phase in the next Hi Vlad episode. I will try to put some context to the whole concept. So it will start with one of the most uh, one of the closest subjects to me, which is the P part, which is philosophy, and it's something that in the current educational system is basically neglected. So in most of the, let's say, 95% of the curricula across Europe and across um, US, K-12 curricula plus a little bit of Cambridge and Oxford is not even touching philosophy as a separate subject. It's something that you can do if you want to do. It's something that is embedded in other topics. It's very generalistic, and it's um, more or less up to the student if he wants or she wants to study, and that makes it a little bit difficult to create uh, reading by yourself and learning philosophy by yourself, like I did, like many in my family did, is interesting. But philosophy also requires a certain form of social dialogue. So by not touching these topics in school, I think that you're missing a lot in general as a student. And combine that with the fact that one excuse before was that, okay, you can be a philosopher at home, but here you have to teach mathematics or to learn mathematics or physics. Now, mathematics and physics, you won't be better than AI. So, but you will be much better than an AI at philosophy and processing philosophical questions. So, without a proper understanding of the P part, philosophy part, and philosophy, history, arts, sciences, and environment. So the phase concept, without the philosophy, you are, and it's not a coincidence that it's the most important, and it's the first letter of the acronym, so it's the most important topic also. You will not understand why you live in this world in the end and what's your objective on this planet. So asking AI random questions for an AI random answer without taking it somewhere and having a plan or trying to get do something with your life is quite shallow way of living. So one of the things that we will try to do through phase is to offer this also philosophical approach to life. Everybody has to have their own philosophy, otherwise they will not know where to go. Whether it's family values, they also fall in philosophical, let's say, molds, or it's part of the personal philosophy to have these values, whether it's a certain type of philosophy. In the end, epistemology and the search for truth is something that misses out totally in the educational envelope of the world. So that would be a first part, of course. Then continuing with history, which is, in my opinion, if you're looking also in the background, most of those books are history books. It's extremely important that history is being studied at the proper level, not at the level of dates and events. In general, it's studied from a human perspective. It's studied from a translation of the reality that we live today in a summum of facts from the past. So it's important to look at the logical, cohesive elements that mold our present, and to understand what the future would look like. And of course, going forward with the arts, I will not spend necessarily much time on the topics, for a single reason that I think it's self explanatory why arts is a compulsory element for the brain development. Music, painting, dancing, all of this development of the left side of the brain are considered a must today, and it's proven through neurological studies that neuroplasticity is directly linked to the study of beautiful arts and the study of arts. So people that learn to play an instrument are much better at mathematics, are much better at understanding the world than those who don't. Science is science, and without understanding the facts and understanding how to, let's say, work with proof and the methodology behind proving, we will just believe that we had a Romanian presidential candidate that was saying that apocalypse is a word that comes from old Romanian that says apocalypse. It's like translating we are missing things. We get to a point that we're missing it. So it's crazy world elements like, I don't know, the flat Earth theory and all these things. We should look at it a little bit with a ludic, let's say, angle, from a ludic angle. But it is the world we live in, and of course, like I explained also today, E from environment, which is not necessarily Greta Thunberg studying the weather. It's the way you understand your environment. Where do you live? What do you do? What is your society think about you? It's exactly understanding where you are and where you should be as an individual in your own environment. So it's more complex than the system still now, and why Shape becomes a phase right now. It's a natural transition because Shape has been part of the last years, part of this educational revolution that occurred through the fast forward implementation of STEAM concepts, and has seen the failures of STEAM concept and has seen the good part in the STEAM concept. And now with AI coming even faster pace, accelerating the already accelerating revolution of educational pedagogy in general, it's more than natural that we should shift into this direction. We have very good concepts like Tech2Kita that fall naturally in the science, environment, history part. We have the robotics platform that we worked so many years on developing it, that work integrates naturally here. So everything that we have done till now is a part of this concept. Of course, it provides the clear, strong foundation necessary for us to develop in the world. If it's transforming into a school system, if it's transforming into a AI agent or a curricula itself, or maybe all of them, we don't know yet. As it's only our priorities in the last months have been quite different than to building this, but hopefully now that we have a board and soon hopefully we'll restart trading and we have also positive results on the cash side of things, we will be ready to discuss more about phase and development of phase in the future. So, questions, please. I'm ready to answer questions. I think everybody has fallen asleep. I was speaking so much that everybody now sleeps. Is there anybody awake in my chat? Okay, so I see that all of you have understood everything. It's like in school, if you don't ask any questions, it means that you understood everything. And I will get back to a couple of company announcements that we have to send out. So I hope that you all can enjoy a good evening after you see some of the things that will come in the next hour or so. And again, thank you for the support. Let's be healthy and let's be strong. We'll for sure have a very good future. And if we keep it this way, there is no no bad no bad recourse on the story. So all the best. Have a good evening. Thank you for your attention. Aha, one. I have a Mr. Vlad. The question actually just to note what you said earlier that you want beat AI on math, but that is a different discussion of philosophy. Nicely put. Yes, it's philosophy. It's something that is very human in the end because it's the meaning of life, the meaning of existence, and uh, the meaning of objectivity in the end. Okay, what is truth? What is um, the relationship that we have with um, God and how close we are to each other. And this is extremely important, let's say, topic of study that is completely neglected because there was the, you're a Romanian lad, and I will put it the closest, let's say, topic you learned at school besides the philosophy that you learned in the 11th grade was theology or religion, which is also fellow philosophical topic or subject. So we have to discuss about these things. AI will not does not understand philosophical concepts. It's very human. Good evening, Mr. Fan, DFSA fan, and Face fan. So Jorgen, we have a deal. We see each other live on Thursday. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye.